don't have exactly the amount of money that you want yet? Well, there might be a few things you're telling yourself about money that are causing the money to dry up in your bank account. Well, here are some modern myths about money that we tell ourselves that cancel out our ability to earn more in our life. I'm Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and you might be telling yourself unconsciously one of these things, and I want to help you identify them so more money can flow into your life to do the things that you love and serve more people. Let's dive in. Number one, if I make more money, it will not help someone else do the same, right? We have this common thing where we think, well, how will me earning more money, how will that help some starving child in Africa? How will that help that child in Mexico? How will that help that person in the inner city? And so we have this idea that if we stay broke, if we stay small, if we don't go outwards with our creativity and with our resources, that it's not going to be something that's going to make a difference, right? And we have this weird idea that if I make more money, then by default, it's going to inhibit somebody else's ability. But money's not sandwiches. If you have a certain amount of sandwiches on a table and I take one, you take one, I take another one, I don't let her or him take one, what happens? One person gets more sandwiches than the other people, and there's only so many sandwiches. Money is an infinite resource. Money is a byproduct of service that you render to the world. And when you believe that if you make more money, then you're taking away from somebody else, or that you're not helping in the world, and you serve some greater power by staying broke, then it's impossible to ever make more money. But the idea is totally false to begin with. Think about the fact of how much more, if you had $100 million, if you had $2 million, if you had an extra $100,000 a year, if you were a billionaire, don't you think you could make a bigger difference in the world? So the idea is totally ridiculous. The idea that if I make more money, somebody else makes less. It's simply not true. By you making more, you can actually employ more people, you can create more opportunities, you can make a bigger difference in the world, and the result is the only way you can make more money is to provide more service. So it means you're actually making a bigger difference in the world. Number two, if you love it, you should do it for free. And I hear that one all the time, doing something unconventional with my career path as an author and a speaker and an online trainer and running my own seminars and things like that. And I've heard people say before, if you really enjoyed your work, if this was your true passion, was learning this information and sharing it with others, then you would do it for free, right? But no, it's the opposite. Is that if I have a valuable service and somebody else wants to be able to better their lives from it, then I should be able to offer it in the world. And that's the starving artist syndrome. That's a starving entrepreneur syndrome that so many people have, is they have this weird idea that if they're good at it or they like it, then you shouldn't be able to charge for it. But if you hate it, if it sucks, then by all means you can get paid to do it, right? It's this silly idea. It's like, who are we serving in the world? What ideas are we serving in the world? If we live from that idea, we're serving shrinking ourselves. We're serving these ideas that if you're valuable at something, that's what that word service quite literally means. If you can serve someone with a passion, with a skill, because that's what our world needs more of. It means people who will do the things that make them come alive, rather than meekly hiding in the corner for their whole lives until they hit 90 and they're no longer alive in the world and they hid their whole lives never doing anything that was true. Is that if you can make a difference in someone's life with a valuable skill, charge for it. Number three, I'm not educated enough to make more money. That is the most ridiculous idea ever. First of all, Richard Branson, the creator of Virgin, he was 16 years old and dyslexic when he created Virgin. And he still has difficulty reading financial spreadsheets. He was dyslexic. He doesn't even have a high school education. Henry Ford, I think, has a middle school or elementary school education. He created the Ford Motor Company. And he used to actually say, why would I gather all this pointless information about various things that would make me educated when I could have a definite purpose and create a team of people who will have all the answers to everything that I need, right? That's real education. In fact, Napoleon Hill has a quote in his book, and he says, true education is the ability to create what it is that you want to create in your life without violating the rights of others. That is true education. It's the ability to create what I want in the world without harming anyone, right? Doing it nobly, doing it inspirationally, right? And so think about the numbers of people who are not qualified, right? And it goes down the line. I mean, there are so many people, from the creator of Facebook, the creator of Apple and iPhones and the computer you might be watching on. They were all people who did not have degrees, right? So you may think you're not qualified. There are certain qualifications you may need, right? You need to actually be able to go through the proper schooling to become a doctor, to become a lawyer. But for most people, it's that they just think it's another excuse we tell ourselves why we can't give it our all, is that I'm not qualified enough. I'm not good enough with numbers, and here's why I can't make more money. Money has nothing to do with qualification and has everything to do with vision and value provided to the world. You're not too old, you're not too young, you have the perfect amount of education, the right moment, the amount of money that you want is actually just waiting for you to go out there and claim it instead of pushing it aside for another 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Number 4, life's not all about money. Of course, life is not all about money, and that's a justification that I used to use when I had never enough money for anything. That was a justification that I would tell myself. It's a protectionism. It's a way we protect ourselves, right? And the way I protected myself, and the way you might be doing it, or someone you might know might be doing it, is, well, life's not all about money. Of course, it's not all about money, but money is very important in the arena of which it's used, which is it's going to get you a place to live. It's going to get you food to eat, healthy food to eat that's not GMO, that's organic. It's going to be able to help you eat the way that your body and your type of diet goes best. It's going to do education. It's going to help you start a business, get good shoes to run with, get you a gym membership, massages, clean your teeth, keep them nice and safe and fresh, right? It's all of those things. It's important. The money it's in the arena for which it's used, right? It's like if somebody said, well, life's not all about shoes. Well, I need some shoes to wear outside today. Shoes are important in the arena for which they're used. And notice, if you're like me and you maybe have used the justification of life's not all about money as a means to cope with the fact that you don't have enough money. Money is actually very valuable. It can do a lot of great things in the world. And when you change your belief system around trying to rationalize and protect yourself as to why you don't have enough money, you can say, hey, of course life's not all about money. Money isn't even all about money. Money is about service. Money is about freedom. If I can reach more and more and more people with my videos and inspire more people, I will make more money. So it's actually about, can my videos get better? Can I serve more people? And the same is so with whatever way you want to earn more money. And that's the inspiring thing, is that when you grow as a person, you can make more money. In fact, Jim Rohn says that your level of income will rarely exceed your personal development, because in fact, your success is something that you receive by the person that you become. The person that you are is what attracts the money, what attracts the success, the service you provide. So of course life's not all about money, but if you try to justify it like that, you're not going to have much money. Number 5, the world is rigged. I used to tell myself this one all the time. The world is rigged by like elitists and bankers and politicians and all these things like that. And yes, there is definitely undeniable, exceptionally high levels of corruption in our world. It's not rigged so that I can't earn it. Money is governed by a law, and that law is service, and that law is vision, and that law is getting really good at what you're doing so you're hard to replace and you become more valuable. So that's dependent on my personal growth, my discipline to keep showing up and publishing videos. It's dedicated by your discipline to show up and get better at what you do and provide more service. It doesn't matter the elitists and the media and the bankers and the this and that. They're going to do their thing, but the more wealthy you become by taking responsibility, the more you can go fund charities, help people get into better education, grow your vision, your business, create more freedom. You, by getting rich, will make the world a better, more powerful and beautiful place. And that is up to you, and it's not going to be determined by the bankers, by the politicians, and that's the real beauty of life. And that's the real beauty about earning more money. It's all up to us. Hey, this is Jake Ducey from jakeducey.com. Thank you for watching the modern money myths that we tell ourselves that actually make sure that we don't make much more of it, because how can you have something that you really don't want or justify that it's not that important? It's almost impossible. You can ask me. I remember when I had no money and I always justified why I didn't have more money. So I hope that you enjoy this. I got a free success hypnosis. It's right down below, jakeshypnosis.com. It'll teach you how to reprogram your subconscious mind around financial success, around making a bigger vision a reality. Make sure you hit the subscribe button right there and the bell notification in the corner. Let me know, what was the modern money myth that spoke to you most? You can comment that down below. Between the numbers 1 and 5, which one spoke to you? I hope you have a beautiful day. Download the free success hypnosis. Go out there, make the world smile. See you on the next one.